The story begins by introducing us to Young-ho, the chairman of Choisong Company, who is currently test driving a car. He tells his secretary, Sang-jae, to call the company presidents because he needs to discuss something with them. Meanwhile, we are introduced to the hero of our K-drama, Jun, who is a talented soccer player. Because of his excellent skills, Choisong Company buys him out with a promise of 500 million won. Jun is absolutely thrilled about this, and photos of him are clicked at the Choisong Football Club. The scene shifts back to Chairman Young-ho, where we meet his twin son and daughter. Once inside the office, Young-ho takes everyone to task. He confronts them, saying, "Our plan was to be in the top 5, but it looks like we won't even make it to the top 10. He goes on to say that he is getting old and needs to hand over his position to someone else, meaning he will choose either his daughter or his son to be the next chairman. He gives them a 1-month deadline to prove who among them is better. After delivering his speech, the chairman begins to leave. His son, Sang, and younger daughter, Gong, follow him out, arguing and begging, "Why can't you just decide right now?" The chairman snaps back, "This behavior is exactly why I am giving you 1 month. You both need to prove who is better." Hearing this, they both set off to work. However, neither of them wants to do things the right way. Both prefer taking shortcuts. Later, the chairman returns to his office, where Sang-jae brings up the matter. He asks, "Do you want to start a war between them?" The chairman replies, "I just want to see who is better. This is going to be very entertaining to watch." After this, the chairman leaves for home. Meanwhile, Sang-jae is seen talking to someone on the phone, asking, "Have you placed the order I asked for?" In the next scene, we see the Kang family having dinner together. Even here, Sang-ji and Gong cannot stop bickering. They start pitching their respective projects to the chairman, but he loses his temper. He snaps, "Don't start lecturing me about profit and loss right now." The chairman's wife is also present. Upon learning that her husband is stepping down from his position, she asks, "What happened? Is there a problem?" He assures her that it's simply due to his age and that he should travel more with her now. Just then, Sang-jae arrives and tells the chairman, "You need to come with me. I have some urgent business to handle with you." Without questioning him, the chairman leaves with Sang-jae, leaving his wife behind. Left alone, the wife calls her other daughter, Gal, who is the heroine of our K-drama. She tells her, "Your father is appointing a new chairman between your brother and sister. You should spend more time with your siblings. When are you coming back from America?" However, Gal refuses and hangs up the phone. Next, we see the chairman sitting inside a car reading a file. This file contains proof of the corruption and massive financial scams pulled off by his son and daughter. After taking the file, the chairman and Sang-jae step out to walk. At that moment, Sang and Gong arrive at the garage. Checking the CCTV cameras, they realize their father was looking at a file. Panicked, they say he probably has the files on all the scams we pulled. Terrified of getting caught, they decide to take the car out. However, they start arguing over a key card inside the vehicle. A security guard approaches, prompting them to start the car and speed off. Hearing the roar of the engine, the chairman and Sang-jae rush back. However, the guard covers up for the twins and lies, saying, "It seems someone drove off with the car, but I'll find out who it was very soon." The chairman already knows the truth, so he tells him there's no need to do that. In the next scene, we see Jun's grandmother talking to Jun on a video call. She is incredibly happy for him. In reality, Jun is doing all this hard work just for his grandmother. On the other hand, Sang and Gong are driving the car watching a video, specifically the car's dashcam footage. Their attention is completely off the road. Right ahead of them is Jun, who is still distracted talking to his grandmother. Sang and Gong drive straight into him, crashing violently. The video call is still active during the crash, capturing the car's license plate before the duo speeds off, leaving Jun behind. Jun is rushed to the hospital. Meanwhile, Sang and Gong panic and decide to erase all evidence. They have the CCTV footage wiped, get the blood cleaned off the road, and quietly returned the car to the garage. Later, the guard notices that the car's headlights have been changed. He checks the dash cam and discovers that the memory card is missing. Realizing he's caught, the guard apologizes to the chairman, confessing, "Sang and Gong ordered me not to say a word to anyone." Meanwhile, the twins are discussing June, wondering how the boy is doing. The scene shifts back to the hospital, where June finally regains consciousness. Confused, he asks, "What happened to me?" and tries to check his legs. The doctor walks in and breaks the devastating news: "You will never be able to play soccer again." Hearing this, June breaks down in tears, crying, "You don't know how much I've sacrificed for this. Soccer was my entire life." In the next scene, Chairman Young-ho tells Sang-jae, "Bury all the documents you found." He then leads Sang-jae into a secret room filled with massive amounts of gold. The chairman takes the corruption file from Sang-jae and hides it there. Meanwhile, June's grandmother tries calling him, but out of desperation, he avoids her calls and desperately tries to practice walking. Later, the chairman and Sang-jae are sharing a meal. Sang-jae tells the chairman, "I will only work at this company as long as you are here. The moment you step down, I am leaving too." The chairman sighs, admitting, "I don't think either of my kids can handle this company, but I must protect Choisong Company at all costs." At the same time, June manages to recall a part of the car's license plate and goes to the police station. However, because he doesn't remember the full number, the officer refuses to listen to him. Sneakily, that same police officer sends a text to Gong, informing her that the boy remembers nothing. Taking advantage of the situation, Gong pulls strings to have June kicked out of his soccer club and slaps him with a fraudulent debt of 1 billion won. Devastated, June goes out to protest against the injustice. While protesting, June receives a call from his grandmother's caretaker. June sadly tells her, "I couldn't find any evidence." However, the lady replies, "Did you check the video I sent you?" It turns out she records every video call. Watching the recording, June finally gets the complete license plate number and discovers that the car belongs to the chairman. June marches straight to the chairman's company. At the reception, he hands over a file stating that it is extremely important to the chairman. When the file reaches the chairman, photos of his car from the accident scene fall out. Seeing this, the chairman summons June to his office and asks, "What is the meaning of showing me these photos?" June replies, "You are misunderstanding me," and plays the video footage. The chairman finally realizes why the car's headlights had been changed. His children had indeed committed a hit and run. The chairman bluntly says, "Tell me how much money you want. Saying sorry isn't going to fix anything." Furious, June snaps back, "What about my life? Money can't fix everything." The chairman then pulls up June's file and sneers, "Even if you became our top player, you would have earned a maximum of 5 million won in your entire life." With that, he slides a blank check across the table, telling him to write whatever amount he wants and live a comfortable life. June seethes with rage. Just then, the chairman's PA announces that the company presidents are arriving. Hearing this, the chairman warns June, "If you come back a second time, you will get absolutely nothing." As June walks out downcast, he crosses paths with Sang and Gong. Downstairs, holding the blank check, June gets a call from his grandmother. He answers, but as he gets emotional, he cuts the call short to hide his tears. Breaking down, he cries, "Grandma, I don't think I can keep the promise I made to you." Desperate, June begins to write an amount on the blank check. Back upstairs, the chairman is furiously reprimanding his children, who are on their knees begging for forgiveness. The furious chairman declares, "Neither of you is fit to run this company. I will announce at the board meeting that neither of you will take over." Saying this, the chairman storms out and takes the elevator down, while his children frantically run down the stairs to catch him. At the same time, June is heading back up from the ground floor. As the chairman walks out near the stairwell, his children come rushing down. In the chaos, Sang trips and accidentally shoves the chairman forward. The chairman tumbles tumbles straight down the stairs, colliding head-first into June. The scene shifts to a hospital room where the chairman finally opens his eyes. He looks at his hands and limbs and realizes he looks incredibly young. Confused about where he is, he looks into a mirror and is horrified to realize that he is now trapped inside June's body. Shocked, he asks the doctor for the name of the hospital. On the other hand, the chairman's actual body is still unconscious in the ICU.
Surrounded by his family, Sang-jae confronts Sang and Gong, demanding, "Why were you two chasing him? What did the chairman say to you in the office earlier?" The twins played dumb and claimed they were just walking by. Meanwhile, the chairman, now inside June's body, arrives outside the room and watches them. Just then, a shocking news article drops on TV. The news exposes the chairman's car in a hit-and-run case and falsely claims that the chairman even assaulted the victim in his office. As the family discusses the scandal, Sang and Gong step outside and lie to the media, saying, "Yes, it's true. Our father was the one who hit that boy." Hearing his own children frame him, the chairman loses his temper. He storms past them into the room, approaches his wife, and yells at her to move aside so he can get back into his own body. But the moment he gets close to his original body, his head begins to spin, and he collapses from a sharp, agonizing pain in his head. As the crowd gathers inside the room to pull June away, the chairman quickly realizes that if he goes too close to his original body right now, both he and June could end up dead. Though people try to hold him back, the chairman, now trapped in June's body, manages to break free and escape. Just then, Gal steps in, saves him from the crowd, and pulls him aside. She confronts him directly, saying, "You were the one who tipped off the media, weren't you?" Gal has no clue that it is actually her own father inside June's body. The chairman asks her, "What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be in New York?" He notices she's wearing a Choi Sang company badge. When he asks, "Who said you could work for my company?" Gal grabs his hand and twists his arm behind his back. He groans, "You should be thinking about your father at a time like this." Gal coldly replies, "Right now, I only need to think about myself. I have a revenge to take." Sensing people approaching, Gal quickly runs away. The chairman's twin son and daughter arrive on the scene. They ask him, "Can you tell us exactly what your father did to you?" To their surprise, the chairman agrees to talk with them. Meanwhile, Gal is secretly listening in on Sang-jae's conversation. He's telling a lady that the twins were the ones behind the hit and run, not the chairman. Overhearing this, Gal is shocked and whispers to herself, "So my brother and sister are involved in this?" Suddenly, her mother appears behind her and leads Gal straight into the chairman's private cabin. "Why did you come back from New York? You know you are in danger from your siblings. You promised you would stay away from Choi Sang company." Her mother reassures her that her father will recover very soon. Elsewhere, people are gossiping about whether the hit-and-run scandal was engineered by the chairman or his two children. Gal is mixed in with the crowd, quietly reading all the public reactions. In the next scene, the twins are celebrating, saying, "We successfully took the footage from that boy and deleted it. We have handled our father and everyone else. Only one person is left." They are referring to June. They approach him, not knowing it's their father sitting right in front of them, and casually ask, "Are you doing okay?" The chairman replies, "You both should be worried about your father." They sneer, "Why should we care about him? He's already too old anyway." Then they interrogate him, asking, "Did you see the face of the person who hit you? Did you see our father's face?" Seething with rage, the chairman tells them, "Your father asked you to protect you," but they completely deny any involvement and blame everything on him. Later, they arrive at the Choi Sang company headquarters. Rumors are flying among the employees. Some say the chairman is just pretending to be in a coma, while others suspect the twins hit the boy and their father is taking the blame. Gong addresses the reporters, falsely claiming, "Our father did all of this, and because of his actions, we are unable to do anything." Once inside the elevator, Sang turns to Gong and snaps, "Why are you destroying father's image like this? If he wakes up, he will kill us." Gong smirks and replies, "That is never going to happen. The hospital father is admitted to is run by my husband. Father will never wake up. I have already handled everything. The only loose end left is that boy, and we can just shut him up with money." Meanwhile, the chairman manages to slip out of the house using a secret door and arrives outside the company. He realizes that his life's work is in jeopardy as people are questioning the company's integrity and talking about tearing it down. Inside, a shareholder meeting is underway. The twins argue, "We need to appoint a new chairman immediately, just as our father wished." However, Sang-jae stands firm, stating, "We will not take any steps until we have solid proof." Just then, an employee rushes into the room, shouting, "June is giving a live speech to the media right now." Panicked that June might expose them, everyone rushes out. To save the company he loves more than his own life, the chairman takes the entire blame upon himself. Facing the cameras, he declares, "The person who hit me was none other than the chairman himself." Seeing this, the twins step up to the microphones to look good in front of the press, saying, "We will give you our full support for any hardships caused by our father." Afterwards, the chairman walks away, with reporters chasing him. Gal tries to follow him, but Sang-jae stops her, demanding, "What are you doing here?" Gal tells him, "I will tell you everything when the time is right. Until then, do not say a word to my siblings." With that, she walks off. The chairman uses June's ID to find his apartment. Seeing how messy and filled with trash the place is, he immediately runs out, muttering, "I cannot stay here for a single second." Despite the messy room, he's actually thrilled to be in a young, healthy body. However, he realizes he needs to retrieve his pain. Meanwhile, the twins are discussing June, realizing he's no ordinary boy since he managed to give them the slip. In the next scene, Gong's husband hides a lethal injection in a locker and texts Gong, "I have dropped off the item you requested." Later, the chairman stealthily slips back into his original bedroom at the mansion and retrieves his cane. Suddenly, the twins walk in, intending to finish him off. Just as they approach, the original body of the chairman begins to show signs of consciousness. Panicking, Gong grabs a pillow and attempts to suffocate her own father. As the chairman's original body suffocates, the chairman inside June's body manages to trigger the hospital emergency alarm just in time. The twins flee the room in panic. The chairman slips away safely as well, but Gal spots him leaving. She quickly rushes in to check on her father. On the other end, the chairman breaks down in tears over the vile actions of his children, wishing he had never lived to see this day. Back at the hospital, Gong's husband falsely informs everyone that the chairman suffered a sudden cardiac arrest and his condition has severely deteriorated. Meanwhile, a mysterious girl calls an old man, informing him the chairman won't last many days. He's going to die. Hearing this, the old man smiles with joy. Still upset, the chairman looks at the blank check he had given June, only to see that June had written that he wanted Choi Sang Company in exchange for his life. Seeing this, the chairman vows, "I will make sure you get Choi Sang Company." He goes straight to the twins and proposes a settlement, asking for a job at the company. In the next scene, the chairman arrives at his own company, starting from the bottom as a corporate intern. When he sees his loyal secretary, Sang-jae, he gets emotional and tells him, "I care about the chairman just as much as you do. I will come to you for help very soon, but until then, I cannot reveal anything to you." Even drops a specific phrase that only the real chairman would know. Meanwhile, the other employees are mocking him, whispering, "He's just a failed soccer player. What is he going to do here?" Nobody wants to work with him. Seeing this, Gal steps forward from the back and announces, "I will take responsibility and teach him everything." Just then, their team boss approaches the chairman and asks him, "Is the project you started last time completed yet?" The employees are shocked by June's corporate knowledge. Gal quickly grabs his arm and pulls him out of the office. Once outside, she lectures him. "If you want to meet someone, do it properly. Stop acting like you're trying to be the chairman." The chairman simply asks, "What does an intern have to do?" Later, as he sits cluelessly in front of a computer, Gal walks up and snaps, "Do you seriously not even know how to use Excel?" This triggers an argument between them, leading the chairman to slip up and say, "You are the chairman's daughter." Shocked, Gal pulls him aside into a corner and warns him, "If you ever utter my full name or call me the chairman's daughter in front of anyone again, I won't let you off easy." As Gal walks away, she flashes back to the night her father had the cardiac arrest, remembering that this boy was present. Seething with rage, she resolves, "I won't let him go until I find the complete truth." Later, the chairman approaches his team boss to ask why Gal is working at such a low position. The boss explains, "She helps us with everything. She's basically our servant."
This infuriates the chairman, who snaps, "How can you treat someone's precious daughter like this?" The boss stays quiet, knowing that the twins were the ones who intentionally assigned her this low-level job. As the workday ends and everyone prepares to leave, the chairman announces to the office, "Nobody has taught me Excel yet." He tries to blackmail Gal into staying behind to teach him, but she ignores him and leaves with the rest of the team for an office party, leaving the chairman all alone. Late at night, the chairman logs into the system with his credentials, copies all the critical data files into a flash drive, and sneaks into his private office. Using his cane, he opens his secret high-security locker and takes out a massive stash of cash, gold blocks, and a VIP card before leaving.
Meanwhile, Gal attends the office party, where she eavesdrops on a group of executives discussing the massive financial scams happening within Choi Song Company. On the other side, the chairman uses his secret wealth to jump right back into his luxurious lifestyle. He visits the hospital, hands a massive bribe to a nurse, and orders her, "Keep me updated on the chairman's condition at all times, and ensure he gets the absolute best medical care." He hands her a secret letter and instructs, "Deliver this directly to Sang-jae." The nurse follows his orders and hands the letter to Sang-jae, claiming the chairman wrote this note right when he briefly regained consciousness. The next day, Gal approaches the chairman at his desk and drops a file in front of him. The chairman looks up and asks, "Do you like this face of mine?" Gal thinks to herself, "I need to unmask you and gather evidence against you, which is why I am staying close to you." Later, a high-stakes executive meeting takes place. Gal holds the microphone and is about to deliver a presentation, but the chairman suddenly snatches the mic right out of her hand. To everyone's astonishment, he names 3 major international shell companies and warns the board to sever all ties with them immediately. Gal is left utterly stunned, wondering how on earth does he know about those fraudulent companies, as she was planning to expose those exact same entities. Song seethes with anger, wondering how an intern found out about their hidden corporate scams. After the meeting, Gal corners him and demands, "How do you know all of this? You were on Song's side, so why are you speaking against him now?" The chairman replies, "I am on their side," while subtly pointing his finger towards Sang-jae before walking away. Gal stands there completely baffled, wondering, who really are you and what is your ultimate game? In the final scene, Sang-jae gathers the board members and pulls out the secret letter delivered by the nurse. He announces, "When the chairman briefly woke up, he left this official decree." He reads the letter aloud. "No one from my direct bloodline will inherit this company. Instead, any qualified employee within the Choi Song Group has the right to become the next chairman." The twins immediately jump up, screaming that the letter is a forgery. However, Sang-jae shuts them down, stating, "We sent this letter to 3 top international handwriting authentication agencies, and all 3 have verified that this is officially the chairman's authentic handwriting." The twins are left completely frozen and speechless. Right at that exact moment, the chairman, in June's body, confidently strides into the boardroom, looks them dead in the eye, and asks, "In that case, can I become the next chairman of this company?" And with that explosive cliffhanger, this episode comes to an end.